Do we have another super team in the NFC? I was just in the gym, minding my own business, doing some barbell presses, 120 on each hands. That's how I do it. Getting diesel. Because Mitos is coming down to the Cowboy game, and we might have to lock up. Mitos. Farve. Minnesota Vikings. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. And that Favre was my biggest fear coming into this offseason, coming back to Minnesota. And it's not because I respect Favre so much, not because I think Favre is the greatest quarterback. And, I'm going to take some of my own advice right here because I can talk trash about Favre because Favre is right here in my back pocket. However, I know football. And I know how you build a good football team. And I was telling people last year that the Minnesota Vikings have put together a monster squad over there because of the offensive and defensive lines. They have monster offensive defensive lines. So the skill players are going to have a field day on defenses. So now I told everybody, we all saw Tavares Jackson. They weren't going to win nothing with Tavares Jackson. And when Favre said no, I'm like, Minnesota is no problem, no more, whatever. But now, I'm not saying Favre is the most accurate. I'm not saying Favre is the best. I'm not even saying Favre did that good last year with the Jets because he didn't. He threw the games at the end of the games and played horrible. However, Favre is an astronomical upgrade from Tavares Jackson. Astronomical. And as a defense, even though he'll throw a pick in a heartbeat, the defense has to respect his arm because you got Bernard Berrien. Maybe he doesn't have the greater hands, but he'll be out there at the end of the field in the end zone by himself. You got Sidney Rice from my hometown. That's why he's bad, just because he's from my hometown. You have those guys that is going to push the defense back. It's going to push the secondary back. And there's no way they're going to be able to come up and assist with that running game. In their running game, AD, Chester Taylor, Percy Harvin, I just don't think there's a better running game in the league. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. So they're a serious problem. So now we have three, in my opinion, we have three budding super teams. That's the New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, and Philadelphia Eagles. New York Giants, why? Because they have monster offensive line and defensive line. And if you're going to win in the NFL, that's how you do it. You get monsters on each side of the ball to plow, and then you win. How do we win all those Super Bowls in the 90s? I know we want to think, Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, all of those the guys are great. And they are, but they couldn't get nothing done without the offensive line and that defensive line. Absolutely nothing. And they were the best in the league. The offensive line was the best in the league, hands down, and the defensive line was in the top, top 5 every single year. So that's how you win football. In New York Giants, they put together a monster line. I dare you to go look at their roster and just see how big them boys are. And Minnesota's the same way. I think Minnesota's line is a little bit better than the Giants, but the Giants have so many. They can just pull and put more people in and keep them fresh and all kind of stuff. Philadelphia Eagles, it's just because of the offense and just the big potential. The big P word is all over Philadelphia. So the P word can go this way or that way, either one. But me knowing Andy Reid, and you don't keep a head coaching job in the NFL for as long as Andy Reid has for being stupid. So that's another one. Now, there's some budding super teams here, too, that could contend. You got Atlanta, who's got all the tools on offense. They just need to work on their defense. You've got Green Bay, who everyone, including me, thought they were just going to fall off the face of the earth, but they're not. And then you got us. We still got some question marks. We still got to get some serious production out of our wide receivers. Some serious. I know people want to say we can be a running team, but we still have to keep the safeties and the corners away from our running backs. If we can get them guys away and put some hats on the linebackers and defensive line, then Choice and Barber and especially Felix will have a field day. What else? Who else is a super team? I don't want to leave anybody out. Chicago, if they can get their defense back to where it was a few years ago, they have a chance to be something special. And That's it. That's it to what I see. I mean, Redskins have a stifling defense. Their defense was good last year. It only allowed 18 points a game last year, and you add Hainsworth in the middle of that thing, so they're going to be tough to score on. But they've got a lot of work to do on the offensive side of the ball, as you saw in that first preseason game. But another big guy coming in to change things up a little bit. All right, I'll let you. Peace.